All right, time out. Time out. Derek. More plates, more dates. Derek came out and he did a piece on Conor McGregor and he said Conor's either, I'm going to change the words just a little bit. I don't want to pin something on Derek if it's not exactly what he said. So understand that I'm paraphrasing, but he said he's either doing steroids or the photos that he's putting out are Photoshop. Now that's where I've got to stop you. Did we not know that? I got to stop you right here. Did we not know that? I assumed you knew that. Do you guys not know that those photos of Big Strong, do you guys not know that those are Photoshopped? I had no idea that this was a belief or this was an assumption of the community until Derek corrected it and said he's either on steroids or these are Photoshopped. Do you guys not know those are Photoshopped? Have you not known that from the beginning? Sincere question. I never knew that you guys believed these photos, but Derek's a pretty serious guy, pretty smart guy. And he came out and he gave a real sophisticated analytical breakdown based on the eye test. Now, the eye test, to people in the know, is a great test. You could have USADA test a guy. You could do that. Or you could have me look at him. Not maybe, not most of the time. 100% of the time, I will be right. And I could break it down further to even tell you specifically what he's using. I could look at his delts, I could look at his nipples, and I could look at his upper and lower abs. I would be able to tell you specifically if he was clean and one step for what he's using. Now, when Derek came out and he did this breakdown, and he says, look, the guy's either juicy or the guy's Photoshop, I was blown away. Those are Photoshop. I thought the world knew this. I had no idea that anybody was questioning this. And it's somewhat of an interesting topic just because you have the same story happening at the exact same time with two egomaniacs that love to go to social media and let you in on their world. I don't begrudge them. I'm that same egomaniac, right? I mean, maybe it takes one to know one. But we have Jon Jones, who has openly removed himself from the sport just to work on his physique. Openly, take the belt back, give me a minute. I'm going to come back and do some great things, but I'm not going to come back until I weigh 240 pounds. And Jon went to work, right? I got to give him credit for that. He went to work and he built his body up. But when you see Jon's body, you don't think of a bodybuilder. You don't necessarily even think of a professional athlete. You see a guy that puts some size on. I mean, I share that because it's very real. Jon's not this chill. He's got to 240. He says that his lungs feel good. He's got some ass and some legs on him. He seems like a very intimidating proposition. I'm sharing. He does not look as though he's sculpted out of stone. Now, he is fully focused on looking like he's sculpted out of stone. Fully focused on it. And he doesn't. He doesn't look that way. But take Conor. Conor did not want to be out. Conor did not remove himself from the sport. Conor did not give a belt back. Conor's in the gym and he's working and he's doing what he can do. And in half the time of Jon, Conor's put out equal amount of size and it's all solid rock. Now, there's different bodies. There's different. Please don't think that you have to tell me everybody's different. Shut up. Shut up. Don't tell me anything about this. I will tell you, I am the expert on this. But it's a good example. It's a really good comparison. Just that you guys were welcomed into. You know, the training's kind of the same and the philosophies are kind of the same. You got the same sport over here of MMA. You have one guy who removed himself for double the time with one specific goal of looking like solid stone. He did not achieve it. You have another guy who had none of those goals in half the time who did achieve it on that. I mean, did you not know they were Photoshopped? I got to tell you, I'm a little bit stunned on that. That makes you a bit of an idiot. Were you under the impression that Conor McGregor doesn't know that it has a specific look? Are you under the impression that he wouldn't know that he would be outing himself? Are you under the impression that Conor didn't know some Poindexter at some point was going to trace USADA and find out that he wasn't in the pool, all in conjunction with putting on this site? Like, did you not know those things? Really? I really must tell you, with all sincerity, when Derek had to correct and say he's either on steroids or he's Photoshopped, no it's Photoshopped. You don't know what a Photoshop is? You have very few people that know about steroids. You have very few people that could do an eye test and tell you more specifically what you're doing. You got kids in high school that can tell you when something's Photoshopped. This was a debate. How long has this debate been going on? It was brought to my attention today that you didn't know. I mean, just for example, I don't know what Conor's doing in Roadhouse. I have no idea, but I know he's off filming something called Roadhouse. Now, let's say that a clip comes out. And Conor McGregor's got a gun and he's machine gun, he's putting it down and bodies are flying. If that comes out on the internet, I'm not going to assume that I have to come over here and tell you guys that that was a clip from a scene of a movie and that Conor didn't just break bad on a group. I just don't think I'd have to do that. Wouldn't you know? It's equally as ridiculous. The example that I just gave is equally as ridiculous. How long has this been going on? For the 18 months that Conor's been putting out these photos of his legs, you thought, you didn't know those were Photoshopped?